So this lesson is on accident statistics and just goes and looks through all the things we've found, so our mean, our interquartile range, etc., and puts it into a bit of a real life perspective. So if we look at this, our main causes of road accidents are speeding, distractions, tiredness and alcohol. For every 5 km per hour you travel over 60 km an hour, you're doubling the risk of an accident occurring that results in serious injury or death. So 65 kilometres an hour is twice as likely to crash. 70 kilometres an hour is 4 times as likely to crash. So some statistics that we need to know in relation to fatal accidents is that 65% occur in country areas, 13% involve alcohol, 30% affect motorcyclists, and 88% of drink drivers involved in fatal accidents are males. So some shocking statistics there that we need to think about when we're driving and think about when we are in these particular situations. So if we look at this table, it gives the number of road fatalities from 2007 to 2016. To make this easier, I'm just going to put it into order so that when I'm finding my median and range, I've got everything written out. So my smallest fatality is 387, then 389, 402, 418, 423, 485, 501, 508, 525 and 546. So that really helps just when we're organising our data to do that so that we can then find those things that we need to know. So for this 10-year period, find the mean number of fatalities per year. So when we think about our mean, that means we're adding all of these numbers together and dividing by how many there are, which is 10. So if I add them all together, I get 4,584 divided by 10, which tells me my mean is 458.4 fatalities per year. My range is my highest score minus my lowest score. So if I look at my highest being 546 and subtract my lowest of 387, that gives me a range of 159. My median, remember median is my middle score. So if I go, if I've got 10, I'm looking for my 5th and 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm adding those two together and dividing by 2. It's going to give me 454. And my interquartile range is my Q3 minus my Q1. So if I'm breaking this up, here's my halfway point. So my upper quartile, so this is my Q3, and my lower, which is Q1. So that's going to be 503 minus 402, which gives me an interquartile range, 508 minus 402, which gives me an interquartile range of 106. From there, it says to draw a column graph representing the data. Now again, I've gone ahead and done this to save some time in the video, but you set up your years along your x-axis and the number of fatalities. I've gone up in hundreds on my y-axis. And it is a little bit of estimation because it is a large gap between each of the markings. But we draw that in and we can see very clearly where those, the heights and the frequencies of those fatalities. And part C says to write a sentence discussing the trend in fatalities from 2007 to 2016, suggest reasons for the trend. So we can see looking at this graph that it does decline. It does go back up a little bit in 2014, but then does start to decline again. So we can say here the main trend is the decline in the number of road fatalities and this could be due to, so we need to give a reason why, to education driver training courses, and lowering speed limits. So it's about giving that information. So we've said what the trend is, that it's declining, and suggest a reason. So we've got here education driver training courses and lowering speed limits.